So you're going along, everything's fine, and then boom, a family member, a friend, a situation. You go from 0 to 60. Your heart starts pounding, you're angry, powerless feeling, and what do? You want to pounce, right? Well, I do. Pouncing generally doesn't help anything, but until you can bring it down, there's no clarity. You can't think when you're in this sympathetic, when your sympathetic nervous system is in the fight or flight mode. So you got to bring it down. And I realized today this is happening to me in real time. And stop, you got to get out of it. And more than a teaching moment, this is like a human moment. Pay attention. So you know what I did? Just for yucks, I went to the What is Neurographic Art bot that I programmed, and I told the bot what was going on. And lo and behold, the bot gave me a 2-minute exercise to do. And this exercise over here on the right was what it told me. So it said, how do you want to feel at the other end of this thing that's eating you up? One word. So I put a word in there, and then the bot said, just draw a curvy line, let it loop 5 to 7 times, it said. And then the bot instructed me to soften the intersections where the lines meet. And so I did that. And within 2 minutes, I could breathe again. I mean, this is just crazy. So then the bot suggested that I take another piece of paper or place on the paper. And I just used the back of scrap paper and cleaned it up as best I could to show you this. And what it said to do next is to draw 3 shapes. I just choose circles, 1, 2, 3. Keep it simple, right? And one circle represents me, which will be you. And the other circle represents the situation that had my head exploding. And then the third shape, you put in the other person, situation, or thing that is causing this explosion. And in the me circle, you write down in the me circle the answer to these questions. What do I feel? What do I need? It's pretty straightforward. In as few words as possible. Don't overthink it. It took me like 3 minutes to do this. I'm not showing you mine because it's personal. So I reenacted it over here. So again, what do I feel? What do I need? The situation. Don't go on and on about the situation. What facts are true and what are assumptions? Because 99% of what we think is just in our head and has nothing to do with facts. So write down simply, without overthinking, what are the facts? What are your assumptions? And when it comes to the third block or the other person, place, thing, situation, what is their behavior pattern or the pattern of that situation? And again, do not overthink this. And finally, when you're all through with that, just somewhere on the paper, write down that one next step that you can take or the insight that this exercise gave you. And I have to tell you, that whole episode, which could have eaten up my entire day at best, was over in 10 minutes. I really urge you to try this. Why does this work? Why does this work? Well, neurographic art interrupts that fight or flight, that fear-driven state. It regulates our nervous system. It rewires. It rewires the crazy. Um, the late Dr. Jim Doty, neuroscientist and neurosurgeon, he believes, like I do, that there are two overriding emotions. One is love and one is fear. Not everybody believes this. It happens to be what I believe in, because I need to keep things simple. You either have love or you have fear, and everything falls under those two categories for me. And he goes on to explain that when you're imagining a good outcome, the brain responds to that as if it's a real thing. Um, this is what makes this exercise a physiological shift. I've rewired my brain many times since I've been practicing neurographic art. Um, does it always stay rewired? Well, some days are better than others, and I keep going back to the exercise. Heck, if I can do a little scribbling for a few minutes, write down a couple words to save a day, I'm in. I'm in. You can't like logic your way out of that flight or fight mode. And if you're like me, you don't want to fly or fight. So nip it in the bud. Buy back your power, because I am powerless when my head's exploding. So the next time you're in conflict and your head is causing you distraction and you want to refocus, pick up a pen and a scrap of paper. The back of an envelope will do just fine. And try it. And let me know how you make out. I'll leave a link below for a freebie. And if you like this tip, please click like. And I'd always love you to follow me. Thank you. Bye.